Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5 Qapla. And there it goes. There it goes, for fuck's sake. Well, better late than never. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. And now the comments are working?
To suggest that we all hail.
I spent all day fixing the comments. They weren't working.
Give me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of
Ay.
I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to get your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Dare to make war, please surrender. False word. Orders and news are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not.
It's kinda a good thing, Carlo, but you're gonna see in a second. You're gonna see in a second.
Under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Do the hustle. Do the hustle.
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hail, Karoga. And let's see, is it gonna work now? The scene, will the scene change? Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. God damn it, change scenes. I am sorry. There was an update to XSplit and it effed everything up. It effed everything up. There we go. Hello world. It's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to God damn it. God damn it. Okay. First off, there's now 2 chats on top of each other. So if I get rid of that chat, that was what I set up because I didn't think the first chat was going to work. So now we've got that chat. Is that chat? You know what? I don't care. We're gonna go with that chat for today. And next time, now that I know the other chat doesn't start working until I go live, which is stupid. It always used to work before I went live. Now it doesn't start working until I hit go live. Well, we can live with it. We can live with it. But I worked all day on just getting that to work. And it wasn't that I tried 10 different things. That was the last best hope I had to have any chat show up during the stream because I thought it was all out because nothing was working. Nothing was working. Nobody has info on this. I googled some more. There was nobody said, oh, just wait till you hit go live and it'll start working again. No, why would they? Nobody knows this yet. Anyway, hello world. It's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Deep Space Nine Wednesday on Tuesday for October 13th, 2020. Today we are going to watch Star Trek Deep Space Nine, and scrolling across the top of the page, Season 4, Episode 4, Hippocratic Oath. A very powerful episode that has Bashir and O'Brien against each other for all practical purposes. Bashir has to pull rank, but O'Brien, is he going to listen to some young, idealistic, naive even doctor who doesn't know what the hell he's doing? We'll wait and we'll see, but we both know the answer is no. So yes, we have the doctor, Dr. Bashir and Miles O'Brien on a Jem'Hadar controlled planet. We have on the station, we have Odo and Worf butting heads over security issues on the station. We get a good scene from that. And overall, I found this to be quite a powerful and memorable episode of DS9. Not particularly a fun or funny episode, but a powerful one. So I do hope you guys all enjoy it. I know I will. And with that, yes, for those who didn't see on Twitter, there are now 5 stones. There are now 5 stones. I didn't even feel this one. I had a little feeling of pain. I just thought it was, the pain that I get now that I'm getting ever closer to 42 years old. 1 month from today, I will be 42 years old. Just the kind of pains you start getting when you're on the wrong side of 40. But it turned out to be a 5th stone. So maybe those other stones have widened everything up a little bit. But I hope they stop coming, because this is not good. This is not a good way to be. So Captain Trek has the oldest comment, even though I know people were commenting all day in this stream before we started. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey 5, late again, I see, which is absolutely false. We actually started 20 minutes early. And we probably won't actually, so 15 minutes before 5 p.m., the original start time of this stream. And I'm sure that'll be about the time we actually start watching the DS9 actual episode, which, if you haven't gone there already, you can head to the screening room, the link of which is that way, birdofprey5.com/SR, and you can watch in the screening room if you don't have your own copy of DS9. So head over there now if you need to get ready. And again, Captain Track said, greeting to 47 Yorktown. 47 Yorktown says, wow, 5 stones, 1 more, and you'll have enough for your gauntlet. Captain Track says, 47, he should have enough for matching pairs for Mamo Prey and Sisso Prey, and 1 for him, but each ear should bird have, which ear should bird have pierced? A bird doesn't pierce ears or any other parts of his body, lest I be put out for medical reasons. 47 Yorktown says, Captain Track, which ear depends if you're a Frank or a Freddy. Wow, no, that's Captain Track says, 47 Yorktown, we know Bird of Prey has a thing for Frank, so you decide. No. Captain Track says, what do you mean on time? You're over an hour late already. No, I was on time. And Joseph Patrick thought it was scheduled for now and is an hour later. He is tired. Well, we made it a little quicker, Joseph. And Joseph says, it's okay. Your house, your rules. But it doesn't work like that. The new ETA was 4:35 p.m. Eastern, and that is the time we hit at that. Captain Track says, Joseph, never let Bird play by house rules. He cheats. He always cheats, which is a lie. Joseph says 10:35 p.m. GMT +2. Joseph says, Captain Track, if cheating is the house rules, I am helpless. And Captain Track says, Joseph Patrick, cheating is the Karogan way. Bop 5 says he is General Chang of Karoga, and I say no anti-tracker. He said that using emojis, so it was difficult to comprehend. Mountains of Elysium says, why are the hippos cratic? Why are the swearing oaths? Why are they swearing oaths? And what is cratic? Oh, the mystery deepens. Yes, the Hippocratic Oath, for sure. Captain Trax says, Mountains of Elysium, greetings and welcome to Cheaters Anonymous, sponsored by Bird O' Prey 5 and led by General Chang. Carlo Albanese Qapla Carlo says, hi, I hope everyone's as well as can be, and hail Karoga. Absolutely. Hail Karoga. Captain Trek says hello to Carlo. Dr. Scotty says comments are working. Yes, they were. As soon as I saw it on that first screen, they started coming up. I was like, son of a bitch. It means I didn't have to do any of this work for above me. It all would have just worked out had I just let it be. I was really debating, like, maybe I just let it be. If the comments show, great. If they don't show, probably nobody's going to even notice or care. But no, I had to do it. I had to wanted it to be perfect. Yes, it's a good thing, Carlo. It was just annoying. It's just annoying. John Street, we demand little green men. Well, soon, next season, I believe. Captain Trax says, Bird fixed the comments to whitewash them. No. And Carlo says, hashtag Twilight Marathon for Jedi Bill. Is Jedi Bill even here? Captain Trax says, Carlo, I will let you keep that going. I'm done with Bill. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Captain Trek. Dr. Scotty says, yes, showtime. Absolutely. Josh Street says, remember when the episode starts to put Bird O' Prey 5 in the comments, to have Bird O' Prey 5 read the comment, or just put @Sassy to get an Aroo. Sassy has been, she's been in rare form today. She's like, I think she misses Nephew O'Prey and Sis O'Prey. She's been going into rooms she's not supposed to go into and barking. She's been running down the stairs and then scratching at the carpet and barking. Mom O'Prey trying to sit earlier and just, do stuff. And Sassy's like literally crying next to Mom O'Prey, trying to get attention. I felt bad for Sassy today, but of course I felt worse for Mom O'Prey, who, if Mom O'Prey can't get a break, because if I'm not busy, if I don't need something, Sassy needs something. We slept late today. I slept to 7:30, and Mom O'Prey a few minutes later than that. Latest I've slept in, I don't even remember how long. Josh Street, yeah, I read that. Josh Street says, Bird O' Prey broke YouTube. No, YouTube broke YouTube. This is all from their changes by the new go live/live event system. Carlos says, Bird O' Prey, Karogan tech isn't what it used to be. It's not me, it's YouTube tech. Captain Trax says, welcome to, God damn it. Sorry. Yosef says, hi, I'm Yosef Petrick, and I play Yosef Petrick in real life. Hail me. Congrats, Yosef. Good to meet you. Carlos's great background, Bird O' Prey. Thank you. I was very impressed with that background. I was so disappointed when I didn't think I'd be able to use it, but now we are. D.D. Myers says, Bird O' Prey, how are you doing? How's the family? How's the whole family, and how's Sassy? Well, I already told you guys how Sassy was. Mom O'Prey's good. I'm good. We talked to Sis O'Prey and Nephew O'Prey. They're good. Everybody's okay. Captain Track says hello to D.D. Myers. Josh Street says, what Bird O' Prey works all day to get to work. He has broke it to make it work. Damn Karogan software is a pain in the ass. This isn't Karogan software. Captain Track says, cheating is the Karoga way. BOP5 says he is General Chang of Karoga, and I say no, anti-trigger. You said that already, Captain Track. LDG Pixels says, good morning, Bird. Qapla LDG Pixels. Also not on the Pixelate, but he would be the first citizen of Karoga if he was on under Pixelate. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Bird O' Prey in chat. Qapla, Mike Richards. Greetings to you. Thomas wants no more stone pictures. Well, Thomas, once they stop coming out, I will stop taking pictures. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir, and puts in a sassy emoji, a Karogan flag, and a Bird O' Prey symbol. Thank you so much, 47 Yorktown. Joseph Patrick says, Bird O' Prey, You are peeing stones. Will you also poop bricks? You could open a construction company. Carlo puts in the Krogan flag. Joseph says Mike Richards. Greetings to Columbus, Ohio. Qapla says John Araki. Qapla, John Araki. Good to see you. And he says bird cam is displayed in some bootleg iPad. No, that's a pad. That's supposed to be a Federation pad. I was looking for better pads, but there's not a hell of a lot of them. If I found a good one, I wanted to put the chat and my video on the pad, but that was the best I could find. And I still had to turn it to get it centered and looked at straight. I don't understand why there's no good pad graphics. Mike Richards says, Joseph, greetings to the future. And Mike Richards says, Bird of Prey, no notification. No notification. Well, I did start a little early, but damn, I heard Mama Prey's phone made notification, I think. I have spoken, Qapla, I have spoken. You look new here. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy. If you haven't yet already, we're going to be start watching in a few minutes. So if you've got your own episode, your own DVD or Netflix or Hulu or CBS All Access or Amazon Prime Video for Deep Space Nine, Season 4, Episode 4, Hippocratic Oath, get it ready. Otherwise, head to the Bird of Prey 5 screening room, which link is down in the center of the bottom of the screen. You go there, you leave the YouTube window open, you head to the screening room, and you can watch the episode and you can hear me talk about the episode. Speaking of Prime Video, and I'm just going to go very quickly here. I watched the dumbest movie today, and I just want you guys to understand. If for any reason you're like, oh, it's a rainy day, a bored day, I'm going to go watch this movie called 7500 on Amazon Prime Video. It's a movie about a hijacking. Okay? It is an awful, awful movie. And the people who wrote it, they should feel bad. Okay? There was more creativity in the intro to creative writing course of my college than in that entire effing movie. It was garbage. It was the worst writing I've ever seen. It makes Discovery look like some type of quality. Well, okay, maybe not quality, but it made Discovery look good. Okay, it made Discovery look good. You could not put together a more boring and predictable storyline than in the movie 7500, which I just had the misfortune of watching on Amazon Prime Video. Avoid the movie 7500 at all costs. The moment you see the movie, you already know how it's going to end. Okay? It's there. You're waiting for a twist. There is no twist. There is no twist. There is no twist. Everything you would predict is exactly how it happens. The only thing was like, I wanted more people to die. Because frankly, one person who lived was too stupid to have lived. I was cheering for him to die as well. Okay? The twist is the stupid person lived. He should have died. That was the only twist. Stay away. Stay away. Mike Richards, greetings to the future. Where are we? Carlos says, bless Sassy. Thomas Potts says, Sassy knows you have a ghost. It might be. It might be. John Street says, Bird of Prey, next season, try in 4 episodes, 8 or 7 if you don't count Way of the Warrior. Oh, is it this season? Are we just 4 episodes away? Very cool. So we've got Rejoined and Little Green Men coming. Awesome. Dee says, hello, Captain Trek. How are you? John Araki says, Trek pads were all replaced by interactive holograms 10 years before TOS. Son of a bitch. Thomas says, I hear Poise makes the best pads. John Araki, but Maxie's got the wings. Maxie's got wings. I got wings. Joseph Patrick says, I have spoken. Welcome to the channel. You don't need to be crazy around here, but it helps. It does. It does. And Captain Track says, Dee, I am all right. How are you? Dee says, I am good, Captain Track. Thanks for asking. And John Araki says, yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in heck. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell. It's okay. You can say it. You can say it here, John Araki. I don't understand how that movie survived. Who paid for that movie? Why would Amazon pay for this movie to exist? I don't get it. It's disturbing. Whatever. We'll live, but man, it was so disappointing. So rarely do I get the time to sit down and watch a movie, and I was like 15 minutes in, 20 minutes in, I was like, this can't be this boring. There's got to be something that happens. And an hour in, I was like, okay, there's got to be something. No, there's nothing. There was nothing. They do. It's about an airline being hijacked. I think there's maybe 6 people you see in the entire movie, and they still couldn't come up with a better storyline. Like literally, I remember many of these stories the creative writing class came up with in college. Many of them I thought were so-so. Some I thought were amazing. One guy I actually thought did better than me, but for the most part, it was this other guy, me, some other good people, a lot of so-sos, and maybe 25% of the class didn't have a creative bone in their body. And this person, whoever wrote this movie, was definitely in that bottom 25% of the class. I'm just saying. Carlos says portable access database display pad, right? Pad. I don't know what it stands for. Personal, whatever. Yeah, pad. Why did Netflix pay for Cuties? You know what, John Araki? At least Cuties got them some publicity. It's the wrong publicity, but I can understand why. Maybe they just liked it, you know. There are sick people out there that some people like that kind of stuff. So maybe somebody up there like, oh, I want to watch this. Possible. Maybe they just wanted to, you know, throw a bone to a director who is, you know, of a specific gender and color that doesn't often get a lot of movie titles to their name, a lot of awards to their name. So they thought they were doing social justice by promoting this movie. It's possible. A combination of all things, possible. But granted, I haven't seen Cuties. I don't think I will ever watch Cuties, but I can say Cuties was probably a better movie than what I saw. Now, it may well be illegal, but it was a better movie than what I saw. Carlos says portable access database display. I think that's it. Thomas says Eagle wants to make Picard ships, and they've made an agreement with Amazon to make expand ships. Well, expand ships will be cool. What Picard ships? The Rocinante, not the Rocinante. The mermaid. What's it called? La Serena. What else is there? The Romulan bird of prey. They already make a Romulan bird of prey. That ship we saw when Picard and when Riker came on. I mean, did anybody even get a good look at that ship? How would I know what I was getting? The Romulan ships, I guess. Honestly, I couldn't care less about any of the ships in Picard. I would take a Titan. If they made a Titan, I think they already did, but if they made a Titan based on lower decks, sure, I would take that. But Picard ships, don't care. Aravic Sonder with a $1 super chat. Thank you so much, Aravic Sonder. And at least that still works. Thank you. Thank you so much. Joseph says, what movie? The movie is just called 7500. The number 7500. There's no words in the title, just the number. 7500. Stay away from it. A lot of it is in German, but they have subtitles for the parts that aren't in English. Most of it is in English, but there are a lot of German parts. It takes place in Berlin. They leave out of Berlin, and the flight crew and the pilot or the captain is German. The pilot is American. John Street says, bird of prey, bird of prey, bird of prey, crashing planes fast as he can. Bird of prey, watch out for that ground. Carlos is the flowers. Thomas is the main ship, the Romulan ship, the Federation ships, the 7 and 9 ship. My God, the 7 and 9 ship? Was it in screen for 15 seconds? John Iraqi says, not a Gordon Levitt fan to begin with. Well, I will do that. And Rock Solid says, crappers. Welcome, Rock Solid. Welcome. So, guys, let's go ahead and get ready. Now that's 5:03 p.m. Anybody who was on time and now they actually want to watch this episode again, this is, I believe, I remember this to be a very good episode. Hippocratic Oath, Season 4, Episode 4 of Deep Space Nine. If you got your copy, great. If you don't, head on over to the screening room. The link is down there. And if somebody wants to put it in the chat, feel free. And let's see. Okay. So we will, if you can't go to the screening room and you can't watch your own copy, we will have screenshots on the main display. So you will see them about every 10 seconds or so. And I'm going to head over to the screening room and get it ready. We are paused at the screening room at the beginning of the episode. I need to kill the sound. And I can't do that because another thing that happened that screwed up the day is that the Stream Deck that Anti-Tricker got from me, which is still very nice, the software that connects the Stream Deck to XSplit upgraded, and as well as XSplit upgraded, and now they don't work anymore. They don't work together. So I can't use my Stream Deck today. I've got to manually change scenes, which is another screw up. Hopefully they get this fixed within a day or two. They just released the update today, so I was one of the second people to complain about it. So hopefully, I know I'm not alone. Hopefully they get a bunch of complaints and they get it fixed. Luckily, I did get to Anti-Tracker in time and tell him under no circumstances to upgrade his software. So hopefully, for his sake, he might be okay. But yeah, I got screwed. So the Stream Deck is out of service for right now, but we'll go back to the old ways. So it might take an extra minute to change scenes, but luckily on today's stream, except for the exit of the when we leave, we really don't need to change scenes. Hopefully it's fixed by Friday for Bed Life, because that will be a tough one to do without the Stream Deck. Carlos says, don't forget the audio when you start the show. Thank you, Carlo. That's what I just did. I just killed the computer audio. Thank you so much. Hippocratic Oath. No, that's not what this is. Mike Richards says, don't forget to hum the theme. I will do my best. Carlos says, manual system engaged. Yes, we are on manual systems today. So with that, let us go to the screening room, and I'm going to count down, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. 2. Quark is making a drink. He's giving a drink to an alien. Worf is looking. He's got his pad. He sees that alien on his pad. Roxanne says, I mixed your question. Oh, so Quark is saying that's the worst mugshot he's ever seen. He's like, why doesn't law enforcement keep better records? Worf says the picture is accurate enough to establish the customer is known to be associated with an Archelian smuggling operation. Quark says, well, everyone is welcome at Quark's. Oh, Roxanne says, so Bird of Prey, so the video you commented on earlier today, was I too harsh? Was I a dick? I didn't see a video. I just saw an image. I thought the video was coming later. The RPG comment? I didn't see the video. I just saw the picture. I tried clicking on it. There was no video. I assumed the video was going to come out later. So Kira sits down with Worf, and Worf is talking about this man arrived on a station, came right here. Worf thinks the Ferengi bartender is plotting with him. Kira's like, I wouldn't be surprised. Quark's always up to something. And Worf says, well, if he's a known criminal, why doesn't the security chief do anything? And Kira says he keeps an eye on him. And Worf says, yeah, but not in prison. Okay, so now we have Bashir and O'Brien on a runabout. Bashir said they were doing a bio survey. They're on a course back to the wormhole. They're going to arrive at the station 2 days ahead of schedule. Keiko only spends a couple of days at a time on the station. And O'Brien is the one who's there all the time. So O'Brien says if he wants to set up a workshop in the bedroom, he should be allowed to. And so Bashir said, you set up a workshop in the bedroom. Keiko says that he wants to live like a bachelor again. He says like that he's trying to push her out. Bashir said that that's ridiculous. And Bashir is trying to say that by spending his free time in the bedroom, a place he intimately associates with Keiko, it's really quite touching, really. So Miles says, you see, Bashir understands. Why can't Keiko be more like... And then he stops himself. Well, you know, Bashir's like, more like what? O'Brien's like, more like a man, you know. Why can't Keiko be more like a man? So Bashir is like, so you wish Keiko was a man. O'Brien says he wishes he was on this trip with someone else. Good old Bashir O'Brien banter. Rock says Bird of Prey. I read that. Rock says the link was to the post for channel members. I didn't see a link. Son of a bitch. I'll check it out afterwards, Rock Solid. I guess last time I missed it too. I wondered why you were just posting pictures from upcoming videos. So they're getting some type of life sign reading or something. Something's down on the planet. Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Qapla, Life with Matthew. And he says, a strange place for a ship to shut down, even if it had engine trouble. Could be a anomalous reading. Uh-oh, there's some kind of energy surge. And they've been hit by a plasma field, whatever that is. Switching to auxiliary. The field's draining their power. They can't break free. They're sending a distress call. He's going to try to get them down in one piece. They've got a comm system jam. So O'Brien thinks they can make it. Man, this is a quick descent. Howdy, Vile, Qapla, and Jeff Franklin, Qapla, Jeff Franklin. Okay, they're coming in fast. They're going through the trees. I gotta be honest, I see this type of landing every night in my dreams. Every time I try to land a plane in my dreams, this is what happens. But they made it. They're alive. The runabout, surprisingly good shape for crashing from space. Biomike says a plasma field is a field made of plasma. Hope that helps. I didn't ask, but yes, I understand they were going through plasma. Oh, Brian. Bashir says it smells like a garbage dump. And O'Brien says he's sorry he couldn't find a nicer place to crash. Do you want to try again? And now the Jem'Hadar decloak. And they said, do not move. You are prisoners of the Jem'Hadar. Cue opening music. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Pop. And that was Rock Solid, who sent me a message on Twitter showing me very clearly the link I missed in his post. Sorry. Carlos is Bird of Prey. I think your intro is getting worse, but the passion in it is more. So Bashir says if they don't return, Starfleet's going to be looking for them. And Jem'Hadar says you're lying. No other crew, standard Danu class runabout. So they're asking why was he in this star system? And he says they picked up something in the warp engine. So he tells the Jem'Hadar to go to the ship, put a dampening field on their warp engine. So now they say O'Brien uniform is a non-com. He's a non-combatant? That doesn't make any sense. So Jem'Hadar says you must have a lot of experience. And he said you've been around. He's like, well, when time comes, we'll kill you first. So they see that O'Brien, that Bashir is a doctor. And he says the Jem'Hadar second submits that they killed the doctor first, and they use O'Brien in a tactical exercise, which I don't understand why you would if they were a non-com. So we're back on the station, and Worf and Odo are talking in front of Sisko. Worf says he cannot allow his criminal activity to continue. Odo's like, if you'll excuse me, Captain. He already knows what's going on. And Sisko tells Worf that he knows Odo may do things a way that he's not used to, but he's very good at his job. Worf says he's not questioning his competence. So he says, how long was Worf head of the security on the Enterprise? And Worf says 7 years. He says he remained vigilant. It must have been hard. Sisko says, Odo is chief of security on this station. You're a strategic operations officer. Your plan is to coordinate Starfleet activity in the sector, not to catch criminals. Worf says he will not let the matter interfere with his duties. And Cisco dismisses him. Rock Solid just wanted to make sure he didn't forget the link. It was probably on me, Rock Solid. Oh, non-com equals non-commissioned officer. Thank you, Rock Solid. Well, I would have... That's good to know. So they're trying to figure out why would Bashir be okay? Why would they want to keep him? He said somebody must be injured or sick. And O'Brien tells him if that's true, don't help him. It'll increase our chances of getting out of here. So they want Bashir to go with him, but for O'Brien to stay behind. It's weird. They've got like Jem'Hadar all over, and they didn't hear what he was saying. Remember, the founders gave the Vorta good hearing, but bad eyesight. Why not give him good hearing? So he wants to know where the patients are. And he's like, there are no patients. You're to do scientific research for us. And if you refuse, I will kill you. So Bashir's like, I'm not going to do anything that's going to be potentially used against the Federation or any other race. So if you want me to do that, you got to kill me. And the Jem'Hadar is like, fortunately for you, we're not looking to make a weapon. He's talking about the Ketracel White. He's like, something the Jem'Hadar, all Jem'Hadar must have to live, Ketracel White. He knows about it. He's like, how do you know about it? He knows the Jem'Hadar have been genetically engineered to be addicted to it. And by controlling the supply, the founders maintain control over the Jem'Hadar. He says, the Vorta control the supply of the white. They're the ones they came here to escape. Bashir's like, escape? You're trying to leave the Dominion. He's like, yes. And he says, you disapprove. He's like, I'm just surprised. Surprised because a Jem'Hadar soldier might want more than the life of a slave? Prick me, do I not bleed? You know nothing about the Jem'Hadar, except that you fear us. I don't understand, why does their hair go back into their head? That doesn't make much sense. But Bashir could make his escape from Dominion possible. They only have enough white to last another 5 days. And he's like, you want me to synthesize the drug? No, we don't want more of the drug. We want to be free of it, to break the addiction. And Bashir isn't sure it's possible. And he says, it is possible. I know, because I'm free of the drug. And he doesn't have the Ketracel White. He doesn't have no supply to. He doesn't understand. The entire genetic structure was designed to collapse without that Ketracel White. When did he stop taking the drug? Or he said, how or why? He said, it wasn't by choice. 3 years ago, he was on a ship that crashed on this planet. The rest of the crew died. He was left with only enough white to sustain him for 3 days. He rationed it and managed to stretch it to 8 days. And then it was gone. And he was ready to die. But death never came. He's lived there for 35 days without a single drop of white. Maybe being on this planet cured him. So that's why he returned here, to cure the rest of his men. But it hasn't worked. They still need the drug. And he says, we come to the same place, breathe the same air, eaten the same food, except that we've been told that the Jem'Hadar don't need to eat, that everything is in the white. But okay. He wants Bashir to see something. the Jem'Hadar is like, it should have worked. So we got a bunch of Jem'Hadar going through withdrawal symptoms. Oh, he touches them and they're in pain. And he says, you did not fall. Take pride in that. Doesn't look like very pride. This is a Federation doctor. You are trained to feel sympathy and compassion for those in pain. These men are suffering, but is nothing compared to what will happen if they are not freed from the drug before the supply runs out. Bashir says he can't promise anything, but he'll try. The Jem'Hadar says you'll try. And Bashir says he needs O'Brien's help, but he'll try. And he says, please give these guys some of the white. So the second gets the supply of the white to give out. Is that how rationing works? I mean, I feel like you'd only give them a little bit. So right in front of them, the leader says he told them they have enough white to last 27 days. It's a lie. They only have enough for 5 days. So I guess the Jem'Hadar have terrible, terrible hearing, because none of them heard that apparently, even though he's standing 6 feet in front of them. So we're getting an update. The Klingons have attacked 3 more outposts on the Romulan border. It says the Klingons are being more aggressive. So Worf said, Kira said you would think the Klingons would be a little bit more wary of attacking. And Worf says, well, if the Klingons thought it was a defeat, Gowron would have been assassinated. Gowron simply declared victory and went home. So Sisko wants a briefing every day on the Klingon situation. Everybody's dismissed. And Worf asks to speak to Odo. And Odo assumes it's about Quark. And Worf says he's made arrangements to access a Type 4 microscanner. And Odo says, oh, has he? He says it's made to scan some crystals that are illegal on the homeworld. Odo thanks him. And Worf says, I expect you'll do something about it. Odo's like, rest assured, I'll do something about it. Worf does not seem too happy with Odo's responses. Yeah, mission accomplished, Gowron. So O'Brien is BSing. He's like, man, he's having trouble with something. Maybe Bashir should take a look so they get a chance to talk. So they have a plasma charge with an effective range of 15 meters. He's like, it's enough to take care of the guard. O'Brien will take his weapon. They run like hell. So Bashir says, good work, Chief. Keep this up. You'll make a fine officer someday. And O'Brien says, oh, thank you, sir. Coming from you, it means a lot. So the Jem'Hadar wants an update. And basically, Bashir has nothing to update. He found something promising in one of the native plants. It looks like poison ivy. There's a high chlorophyll content, something you wouldn't expect from a planet orbiting a red giant. When are you going to have the cure? He's not sure yet. And now we know there's 3 days. 3 days left. So now the other Jem'Hadar wants to know what this thing is. And O'Brien says something put together to enhance the resolution of the scanner. But we know it's a plasma charge. He happened to aim it at the guard. He killed the guard. and the Jem'Hadar throws O'Brien over a table, and the number one tells the other Jem'Hadar to release him. He says, "I said release him," and he's holding O'Brien by the neck. "Let him go. You know the penalty for disobedience. Yes, Jeff Franklin, O'Brien must suffer. You have a bruised trachea." How do you know? How do you know? Bashir looks at him and says, "You have a bruised trachea, but there's no permanent damage." He didn't run a scan on him, unless I didn't see it. Oh, so the other Jem'Hadar guy, he's not dead. He just can't stand. So Bashir, they said heal his wound. But he's gonna need surgery to fix his joint. He's gonna have to stay off his leg till he can fix his medical facility. He's like, he can't stand. He's useless. He said. Bashir says, "You're not gonna kill him." The other guy is about to kill him. He's like, killing him would make the white last longer for everyone else. And he says, "You know the rules. We came here to be free of the Vorta. We're gonna stop living by their rules." So this Jem'Hadar guy seems like he's actually for change. He's not gonna see the guy killed just because he can't walk. Bashir says he's gonna need surgery on the leg before he can walk again. Bashir is augmented. We just don't know it yet. Spoilers. This is true. So Worf is doing things he should not be doing. He's used his code to, I guess, break into Quark's bar. And he sees Quark. Quark didn't, even though Ferengis have great hearing, supposedly, Quark didn't hear Worf come in. And he sees Quark is just like sitting on two bar stools, waiting for something to happen. Worf just standing there the entire time. Okay, so now somebody's knocking on the door. Quark is going, he opens the door, and this very sketchy looking dude, alien, is coming in. Quark brings him over to a table, and they're making a trade. And Worf is watching this happen. And Quark is looking at it with a special eyepiece. So Worf says, comes into Odo's office and says, "You're supposed to be watching the Ferengi." Odo says, "I don't need you to tell me what I'm supposed to be doing." And he says, "I saw him in Quarks with the alien. You had an opportunity to arrest him." Odo says, "I don't need you to tell me how to do my job." Worf's like, "I don't see you doing your job at all." And Odo says, "I suggest you stop interfering in my job." Worf is pissed, angry. Jeff Franklin says, "Chat is too quiet. Mind your own business, Klingon." Yeah, chat is quiet, which is fine for a change. So Bashir says his whole metabolism defies belief. The growth rate of Jem'Hadar children defies belief. He's like, "You've seen a Jem'Hadar child?" And he's like, he came across one. And it grew and fully grown in 3 days. And he says, "Oh, if it wasn't for Odo, we don't know what he would have done." And the guy's like, "Odo, the founder on your station?" He's like, "I've never seen a founder." He's like, "Never?" He said to them, to Jem'Hadar, they're almost a myth. And everyone in Dominion, even the Vorta, serve the founders. He's fought against races that believe in mythical beings, guide their destinies, and wait them after death. They call them gods. The founders are like gods to the Jem'Hadar. But our gods never talk to us. They don't wait for us after death. They only want us to fight for them and to die for them. Oof. Oof. Rock solid once, dear Bops. So Bashir is like he's beginning to question everything, killing without remorse. He's incredible, this whole structure. And O'Brien's like, maybe that's what he wants you to believe. What did he say to you? Federation doctors are trained to feel compassion and sympathy. He's manipulating you. He wants you to work hard and stop trying to escape. Like, but what about saving the life of the wounded Jem'Hadar? They were shocked at his behavior. He's changing. So Brian says, let's say you're right. Maybe he changed into a good guy. What should we do? And Bashir says, we should cooperate, help him what he's doing. He says, let's make Garanagar different. He's not addicted to the drug. O'Brien is like, what are you talking about? He's like, if we can figure it out, then the Jem'Hadar soldiers can think for themselves. Then they won't have an army to go to, give orders to. O'Brien's like, you're just guessing. You're not going to know what'll happen if the other Jem'Hadar get off the drugs. They might go marauding through the galaxy on their own. At least now the Dominion keeps them on a short leash. And Bashir's like, they're people. They're slaves. This is their chance at freedom. And Bashir says, stop being so naive, Julian. They're killers. It's the only thing they know how to do. It's the only thing they want to do. And Bashir's like, but they have potential to be so much more. They need our help. O'Brien says they should have asked for our help instead of shooting us down. And he's like, they didn't know why we were coming. And O'Brien's like, I can't believe you're making excuses for them. Bashir says we're dealing with a complex situation. O'Brien's like, no, it's not complex. It's simple. We may end up unleashing the Jem'Hadar on the Federation. So O'Brien says, no, we do not help them. That's the end of it. And Bashir says, no, it's not the end of it. I'm the senior officer, and I decided we do help them. I need you to take something out of the runabout. I don't have the abilities to do it, so I'm ordering you to remove it. Is that clear? And O'Brien says, yes, sir. And they look away from each other. So there's a Jem'Hadar standing over O'Brien with a phaser aimed at him, or disruptor, whatever the hell they use. And they're asking, how long is it going to take? O'Brien says, a few minutes. And the Jem'Hadar says his escape plan was flawed. He said, even if you had killed the guard, you never would have reached the runabout. And O'Brien says, I guess we'll never know. And the Jem'Hadar says, I'll know. I know. O'Brien says, I'm sure you do. And he says, we have our differences. You don't like helping us. Transporter power line on, it just said. The Jem'Hadar says, good, I don't like it either. And he says he's glad we understand each other. So he's about to poke something in. He says, slowly. Put it down. So he pushes something in. There's an explosion behind the Jem'Hadar. The Jem'Hadar turns, and O'Brien jumps into the transporter, which transports him away, even though the Jem'Hadar shoots through him. So now he's in the forest, and he's using his tricorder to figure out where to go, even though there's probably Jem'Hadar all around him and cloaked, whatever. So Bashir can find nothing. He said nothing. Nothing in the atmosphere, the soil, or the plant that's remotely compatible to the cellular structure or DNA. Maybe he was exposed to some anomalous conditions that don't exist. Magnetic storm or solar radiation, volcanic gases. Jem'Hadar is like, no, everything's exactly how it was 3 years ago. The planet is the same. The conditions are the same. The answer must be here. There's no other explanation. And now Bashir is thinking, it's like, maybe there is an explanation. Maybe nothing happened to you on this planet. Maybe you were never addicted to the drug to begin with. He's like, you were taking it. I was taking it all my life. He's like, but maybe you didn't need it. Maybe his DNA structure was a mutation. And now the other Jem'Hadar came and says the guy, Bashir, O'Brien escaped using the ship's transporter system. Bashir says, do you know where, they asking Bashir if he knows where O'Brien is. Bashir says no. So the other Jem'Hadar is saying he's been lying for days. There's no cure here. And even if there was, he wouldn't give it to you. So he's saying, deploy the men in a standard search pattern. Find him and return him to the holding area alive. And the Jem'Hadar is saying, alive? Are you crazy? So are you questioning me? It's like, we've trusted you, obeyed you without question. But now you're like this human. Weak, soft, inferior. If being free of wipe means becoming like you, I don't want to be cured. Wow. Wow. Wesley Crusher says, Sassy says, Aroo! Thank you, Wesley. Awesome, Wesley. Good to see you. Oh, there's nothing he can do. His troops will no longer obey him. Bashir says, you have to find O'Brien first. And he says, if I go, there's going to be no one here to guard Bashir. Bashir says he won't try to escape. The Jem'Hadar says he'll do what he can. So we get this sketchy alien is back at Quark's. He's been holding this bottle for a special occasion. Tonight certainly qualifies. So he's like, how did you manage to get these out of the Telonian system? The guy says he has his resources. It's this giant diamond-looking rock. 100% pure, says Quark. Well worth twice the price he's asking. He's not sure he'd go that far. And Worf comes in and says trafficking in illegal merchandise is a felony. And then the bag of money turns into Odo. Odo was the bag of money. And Quark asks, what's he doing good here? And Odo says, a very good question. Worf says, I was just about to arrest these criminals. And Odo says, I should arrest you for interfering with my investigation. So Worf is like, why didn't you tell me, Odo? And Odo says, I don't report to you, Worf. I'm not interested in this man. He was supposed to complete the transaction and take the latinum back to his ship so that he could infiltrate the entire smuggling operation. Now he'll have to settle for just this man. And Quark says, if you're done with this fiasco, we'd like to tidy up. And of course, he has to give Odo, he has to give Odo back the stone. And Worf realizes he effed up. Okay, so we've got O'Brien did something to the scanner, the tricorder, putting out false life signs, I assume. He put it under a leaf, and he's hiding behind a plant. And we got people coming. You got Jem'Hadar coming to find him. They've lost the signal. So they said, spread out. I mean, sometimes the Jem'Hadar are great at finding people. Other times they're really bad. Whatever the plot needs. Okay, and they shoot at it, and they find that it's a tripod. Oh, It was a booby trap. It was a booby trap. How did O'Brien manage to get that? I think he knocked out one of like 4 or 5 Jem'Hadar. And now O'Brien comes running over, says, "Where's the guard?" He says, "Everybody's out looking for him." So Bashir says, O'Brien says, "Anything else we can use as a weapon?" No. He says, "Let's get moving. It's only 300 meters to the runabout, but those guys move fast." Bashir says he's not going. But O'Brien's like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's commercial break. What are you talking about? What the hell do you mean you're not going? Bashir says he's on to something here with a little more time. O'Brien says, "I don't care what you think. This is our one chance to get out of here." He says, "This is our one chance to break the addiction." He said, "Even if you find a cure, they're going to kill you anyway." He said, "It's not true, Garanagon." He's like, "Forget about him. What about the other ones? They're bloodthirsty." He's like, "Listen, we don't have time to fight. If you want to go, go." O'Brien says, "All right, I will." And then O'Brien turns around and says, "But you're coming with me." And he evaporates, he destroys whatever Bashir was working on. There. You can bring me up on charges when we get back. But there's nothing to keep you here now. And then the Garanagon comes back, pushes O'Brien down. He says, "You did this." And O'Brien's like, "Yes, I did it." And he says, "Move, both of you. No discussion. Move." Bashir says, "There still might be a way if I had another sample of your blood." The Jem'Hadar says, "There's no more time." So they hear Jem'Hadar are going crazy in the runabout. He says, "I shouldn't have doubted you. We'll kill them ourselves. We'll do the other." So the number 1 says, "I'll do the killing." And he shoots his number 2. He shoots his number 2. You almost feel bad for them. He says, "Take your ship and go." He's met the nicest Jem'Hadar. He's like, "If you stay here, they'll kill you." He's like, "Unless I kill them first. It would be better for them to die quickly than slowly as the drug wears off." And he's like, "There's no reason to do this. Even if you can't save their lives, there's no reason to sacrifice yourself." So he turns to O'Brien. He says, "You're a soldier?" O'Brien says, "I have been." And Jem'Hadar says, "Then you explain." And he walks off into the night, cloaked. And O'Brien says, "He's their commander. They trusted him. You can't leave him here. Come on." The runabout will take off perfectly fine now because enough time has passed, I guess. I mean, if the runabout could have taken off, why didn't they just take off after they crashed? In fact, why did they crash at all if the runabout was able to take off? Well, I guess the runabout fixed itself. Wesley's got to get his money's worth out of these emojis. So Worf came in and said there's some info he wants to add to Odo's last report. He's talking to Cisco. Odo didn't feel it was necessary to include the details of his involvement, but he thinks he should know that he hindered his investigation. And Cisco says, "I know, I heard what happened." And he tells Worf to please sit. While Cisco's working on, I don't know, a Bajoran clock or something. He said, "Word gets around. It's one of the things you got to get used to here." Worf says, "One of many things, it seems." He says, "Starfleet officers often have trouble learning the unofficial rules of the station. You have to learn things as you go. Little different than life on a starship. Worf says when he served aboard the Enterprise, he always knew who were his allies and who were his enemies. Cisco says, let's just say, DS9 has more shades of gray. And Quark is definitely a shade of gray. He has his own set of rules. Once you understand them, you understand Quark. He says that's pretty much true for everyone here. So Cisco gives Worf a glass of something and says, you'll fit in, Commander. Just give it time. And then the wormhole opens, and the runabout comes out, and Bashir is there, and Kira says, welcome back. Brian says, thanks, Major. They're going to docking pad 2. You can see Bashir and O'Brien haven't spoken much. And O'Brien says, you can bring me up on charges, you know. Bashir says, not really his style. O'Brien says he wishes things were different. And so does Bashir. And he says he's sorry he had to destroy his work. Bashir says, you didn't have to. You chose to. You had a choice. You chose to disobey orders. You chose to override my judgment and condemn those men to death. And Bashir says, yes, I did. So that was the only way to save your life. And whatever else you think I am or what I did, please try to understand that. Because O'Brien has a lot more wisdom than Bashir. So they're not going to play whatever tonight. And O'Brien says, don't worry. I don't feel like playing much either. And then Bashir says, well, maybe in a few days. So there's still hope. The friendship will go on. This doesn't destroy the friendship. Because who else are they going to play with? Dan23 says, this is an episode I watched a lot because I had it on videotape when I was younger. Well, it was, I don't know what I had it on. I don't think I ever had DS9 on videotape. I think I went it right to DVD. Not Ryan Johnson says, Bird of Prey, how can you judge other people's piloting skills? You're barely able to take off, cause your passengers to jump out without parachutes. Listen, anybody who jumps out with a parachute, that's on them. That's their choice. Josh reads his Bird of Prey, Starfleet needs to stop using Krogan tech. Jeff Franklin says, Josh Street worse than dealing with Ferengi. Wow. Hurtful. How hurtful. Josh Street says, Jeff, Ferengi won't buy Krogan tech, and you can give the junk to them. The Packlids will take Krogan tech. That's what made them strong in lower decks. Dan23 says, yes, Chief O'Brien can play with Bashir in a few days. Roxod says, Bird of Prey, Bashir is a typical liberal woke SJW, bright-eyed and optimistic, but that's not how the real world works. O'Brien makes the hard choices for the greater good. Well, I would say he's definitely the liberal. I don't know about the woke SJW, but he is the optimistic. He's the young. Remember that he's young in this. He's only been out of medical school for 3 years or 4 years at this point. He was probably the youngest person on the show when the show started, or second youngest. He's barely a star. He was barely a Starfleet officer to come the beginning of this show. And he's young and idealistic. And O'Brien has already served a good part of his life in Starfleet. He's been in wars. He's been on the Enterprise. He's been on that other ship with the other captain. He's already fought the Cardies. Okay, he's already got a wife. He's already got a kid. O'Brien is 20 plus years the senior of Bashir. So yeah, Bashir is young and idealistic. Okay, It takes all kinds. It's good. It's good to be young and idealistic. Not the only problem is that when you shouldn't be in charge of making tough, big decisions. Okay, now because of the way Starfleet works, Bashir outranked O'Brien. So it was weird that he was the one in the position to make the decision. But because of the way the real world works, O'Brien was like, yeah, no. I don't care what some piece of paper says. I'm calling the shots here. And I've decided that you're coming with me because that's just the way it's going to be. Because you're too young and stupid to understand what you really want right this second. You know, in a couple of days, you're going to want to marry Dax again. And you're going to be thankful that I took you out of here. I had to drag you out of here kicking and screaming. You know, you'll thank me later type thing. It's fine. I don't think that those are just qualities of young and idealistic and somewhat liberal qualities. They are not woke SJW qualities. Those go beyond. Those go way beyond anything. So I would caution not to confuse the two or three. Because, you know, two of those things, one or two of those things aren't necessarily bad, just different. But woke and SJW, those are bad. Those are bad. Mike Richards, quoting me, says Bashir and O'Brien can play with each other. Absolutely. Joseph Patrick says 2 likes are missing. Well, Joseph, it's okay. Not everybody has to like the episode or me or the layout or whatever it is. Mike Richards says Joseph Patrick, Quark stole them. I bet he did. Jeff Franklin says Joseph, in my Discovery Season 3 plot summary is missing. Josh Street says Jeff Franklin, I have over 50 tons of junk and bird of prey. What's bad in the pack lid won't take Kurogan Tech. What's bad? The pack lids won't take Kurogan junk? No, they will. Jeff Franklin says, Josh Reed, why do you have over 50 tons of Kurogan junk or tech? Josh Reed says, Jeff is a long story and never let Thomas sell you anything. The Intendant says, have you heard about Star Trek Las Vegas? STLV 2020 is canceled. Oh, no. Canceled. Creation lost their license with CBS. No longer an official partner. Unofficial event in 2021. Holy crap. No, I did not hear that. I assumed it was canceled because of the virus. Canceled because they lost their license with CBS. Oh, that sucks. There were so many people planning to go to Vegas. They were going to go. They wanted to, they were done. This was going to be it. They were like, we're finally going to get back to the world. We're going to get back out in the world. We're going to go to Star Trek Las Vegas. Canceled. Oh, man. Say it ain't so. And not even over the virus. At least it was the virus. You say, well, I understand. This. It's because the CBS lost their license with CBS. Son of a bitch. Who the hell else wants to do it? Why would they even need a license? CBS should send them a thank you. Forget about a license. Joseph Patrick says, Jeff Franklin, I am a friend and will keep it to myself so you have some surprises. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, what is your favorite Star Trek crash scene? I guess it would be the saucer in Generations. I gotta be honest. When I watched that in the movie theater, it was epic. And then we got to see it a second time in the same movie. It was almost as epic. Yeah. A very close second, Star Trek 4, the Bird of Prey crashing into the bay after they've rescued the whales. And they crash into the water. Yeah. Jeff Franklin says, oh, if you must, friend, Joseph Patrick, future guy, Jonathan. Josh Street says, well, Bird of Prey, in the end, Bashir gets Dax. Well, kinda, depends what you consider canon. Joseph Patrick says your favorite crash will be Discovery Season 3. Very possible. Very, very possible. Oh, well. Oh, well. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you to Aravic Sonder for the donation. And a big thank you to all the channel members. Wesley Crusher, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. JP's, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. 47 Yorktown, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. Captain Trek, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. Rock Solid Productions, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. Joseph Petrick, a friend of Kuroga, thank you. Pixelate, a first and only so far Kurogan citizen, thank you. And Carlo Albanese, a friend of Kuroga, thank you, thank you, thank you. And also my subscribers, Brian, John, Resolute Germ, Life with Matthew, and Thomas. Thank you all for helping support the channel, helping support me, Mama Pray, Sassy, and just letting me, keep buying the things I need to keep the channel going without having to worry about things. And Joseph, I did purchase the Leisure Suit Larry 7 sailing game. So tomorrow morning sometime before Anti-Tricker starts, I do plan to stream that game at some point with an open lines plus that game at some point tomorrow. Sometime I'd say probably at or before 11 a.m. Eastern start time. And then, of course, most of the day tomorrow, I'll be watching Anti-Trekker and Life with Matthew continue to eat bugs and garbage-tasting jelly beans for money so that they can get the money for Anti-Trekker's 3D printer. And then we get to Star Trek Discovery Season 3, Episode 1. I don't know what I'm going to do Thursday for that, but wait and see. I guess it depends how the episode goes. It depends how the episode goes. Josh Street. Let's see. Josh Street says, Joseph, that will be the worst thing for Bird of Prey since he loses Discovery. I don't think so. Joseph says, thank you for another entertaining stream. You are welcome. Rockstar says, holy crap, Amazon has the TG16 Mini in stock right now. Woot woot. The TurboGrafx 16 Mini. And it's Amazon Prime Day. Guys, if you want to buy stuff on Amazon, you can use the Amazon affiliate link on BirdoPrey5.com. Hint, hint. You know what? Maybe I will put it into the chat. And that will also help support the channel. Copy link address. Yeah, if you use this link to buy Amazon stuff, the link I put in, if you use that link to buy your Amazon stuff, you will support the channel and be helpful. It would be helpful. John Street says, Bird of Prey, now play Little Green Men like you said you would. I didn't say I'd play Little Green Men, but we will play it soon when it comes up. Listen, okay, it's going to feel so much better when Little Green Men comes up naturally instead of if we just jump to Little Green Men. Mike Richards says, farewell from Columbus, Ohio. Qapla. Joseph says, Bird of Prey, if you want, I will give you help with the script. All praises, no negatives. No, thank you. And Dan says, did they release the footage of the first 2 minutes of Discovery? Yes. Yes, they did release it. I saw it. It was very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. Maybe it'll get better, but very disappointing. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Qapla all. Have a good night. We'll see if this works. Bird out. Nope, that didn't work. Will this work? Is anything going to work? Is anything going to work? Why would anything work? Come on, there we go. Media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BertoPray5 or on BertoPray5.com. Take care.